This is Action News at 11 with anchorman Bob Underwood, Dirk Recker on sports, and Cindy Scarsdale with the weather.
In national news, the so-called Gold Car serial killer has struck again. This time as a 15-year-old by the name of Connie is reported missing. Also, fire department officials are investigating a series of barn fires in local farmland.
We've got lottery results. Plus 14-1 long shot, Malabar wins the English Derby. That and all your scores and highlights.
Plus, will this beautiful weather continue or will a storm front move in?
But first, in top local news, today is the day of the annual Village Lottery, and we've got live team coverage. Let's go to Michael Green on the scene live in Village Square for more. Mike?
Thanks, Bob. I'm here in Town Square where the annual lottery has just been held. June 27th is annual lottery day across the nation. Here in the village, the lucky winner was Mrs. Tessie Hutchinson, wife of William and mother of William Jr., Nancy, and David.
She was a great woman, but it was, well, it was the luck of the draw. It could easily just have been, me or Jack Adams or anyone, really. I mean, she was a good woman. It's just a shame, she kept screaming at the end, that it couldn't be true. It wasn't true, but it was.
And we're back live with Joseph Summers, head of the Village Lottery Commission. Mr. Summers, how do you feel about this year's lottery?
Well, I think it went pretty well this year. It's always a double-edged sword for me. I mean, these are my friends and neighbors, and, but I've got a job to do, and I always do my job.
Indeed. And you've known the Hutchinsons for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes, going on about 2 decades now, I think.
So was it a shock for you then that Tessie Hutchinson won the lottery?
No, not really. I mean, I know just about everybody in town, and I guess I'd probably feel the same way no matter who won. Because like I said, I have a job to do, and I always do my job.
Speaking of which, some places around the nation are thinking of doing away with, or have already done away with, their local lotteries. What are your feelings on that?
I was talking to Old Man Warner about that topic just the other day, and he said, nothing but trouble in that. I can't say I disagree with him.
Well, I guess I can't disagree with that, can I? There are a lot of left-wing faction liberal groups around the country that are thinking of getting rid of the lottery altogether. What are your takes on that?
Well, if they did that, I guess I'd be out of a job.
Indeed you would be. Thank you, Mr. Summers. And we're live at the Village Square. I'm Green on the scene. Bob, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Now our team coverage continues with Dirk Recker on sports.
Thanks, Bob. There was no lack of good rock throwing technique on display today during the annual lottery. In order to pull off a great lottery, officials began preparation weeks ago. First, they imported over 1,000 pounds of granite and marble from Europe. Then, they brought in 2 rock-throwing experts from San Francisco to train the townsfolk. Officials stated that they took these extraordinary steps to avoid a repeat of last year's horrifying incident. Witnesses said this training definitely brought an air of professionalism to this year's event, and they hope to repeat it again next year. I'll have more later on the lottery, plus all your scores and highlights. Bob, back to you.
Thanks for that, Dirk. Now, here's Cindy with the weather.
Thanks, Bob. Well, as usual for this time of year, the weather was gorgeous. There was some concern that rain might have hampered the festivities, but all went ahead according to plan. I'll be back later in the show with more to look forward to.
Thank you, Cindy. And we'll be back right after these messages.